What if your silence was already speaking wealth into reality? In this video, you'll learn how to receive abundance without words, without effort, simply by aligning with the vibration of stillness. You'll discover why silence sends the clearest signal to the universe, and how to quietly embody the wealth you've already imagined. Because the loudest message the universe responds to is the one you whisper without saying a word. Stillness is often mistaken for nothingness, but it is not nothing. It is everything held in readiness. It is the quiet hum beneath manifestation, the moment before the flower blooms, the breath before the word. In stillness, the signal is pure, uninterrupted, undiluted, and the universe responds. Think of a radio. The louder the static, the harder it is to hear the broadcast. But the moment you clear the channel, the message comes through. Your inner stillness works the same way. It is not inactivity, it is clarity. And that clarity sends the wealth signal without distortion. Many chase abundance through action and noise, thinking if they do enough, speak enough, push enough, they will finally be heard. But true wealth doesn't arrive through effort. It arrives through resonance. And resonance happens when you become still enough to match what you've asked for. So do not underestimate stillness. It is not passive, it is potent. It is the space where desire becomes direction, and direction becomes demonstration. When you are still, you are saying to the universe, I already know, I already feel, I already have. You may speak 100 affirmations. You may recite abundance scripts each morning. But if your inner state contradicts your words, the universe does not hear the speech, it hears the contradiction. The law is not moved by what you say, it is moved by what you are. Stillness speaks with more authority than words ever could. It carries no effort, no pretense, no performance. It is a clean signal. Like a still lake reflecting the sky, stillness mirrors your truest assumption. And it is this quiet assumption that shapes your world. Think of a child who knows they are loved. They do not ask for proof. They move in the certainty of it. So too, the universe reads your energy, not your requests. It listens to your being, not your language. And when you are still, you are heard more clearly. So do not try to convince the universe. It cannot be persuaded, it can only reflect. Speak inwardly, yes, but speak through stillness, through vibration, through certainty held so gently, so quietly, that it needs no voice at all. It is not the silence alone that manifests. It is the emotion beneath it. You may sit in perfect stillness, but if you hold fear, doubt, or lack within, that is what you send. Stillness amplifies whatever lives inside you. It does not change your vibration. It reveals it. Think of someone who enters a room and says nothing, yet their presence speaks volumes. You feel their calm or their chaos before a word is spoken. This is how the universe reads you. It listens not to the surface, but to the inner emotion that pulses beneath the quiet. So if you are still but filled with tension, the field receives tension. If you are still but certain, the field reflects certainty. You cannot hide your emotional tone in silence. In fact, silence makes it louder. To the universe, and to you. Let your quiet be full of wealth. Let it carry the feeling of already having. That is the true broadcast. You do not need volume, you need sincerity. And when your stillness holds fulfillment, you begin to receive what matches your inner song. Silence has never meant weakness. It is not emptiness, nor inactivity. It is presence, focused, steady, undistracted. It is not about doing less, but about being more aware, more aligned, more deliberate in vibration. A calm person does not need to speak to be noticed. Their energy speaks before they do. In a crowded room, they draw attention, not by volume, but by presence. This is the same energy you bring to manifestation. Your stillness can command reality, not through effort, but through certainty. People confuse silence with absence. But silence, when chosen, becomes a force. It says, I don't need to convince, I've already claimed. This is not passivity, it is quiet dominion. It is the vibration of someone who has already received. So become more intentional with your stillness. Let it be the room where wealth feels welcome, the throne you sit upon not to beg but to receive. In the quiet you are not doing nothing. You are doing everything that matters. To reach is to strain is to doubt, and what is doubted cannot be received. The universe delivers not to the one who begs, but to the one who expects, calmly, quietly, like a tree expecting the sun. Receiving begins the moment you release tension. When you relax, your body opens, your breath deepens, your energy softens. This is the vibration of trust. It tells the field, I am safe, I am ready, I am certain that what I asked for is already mine. Imagine trying to catch water with a clenched fist. You lose it. But with an open hand, the water rests there, effortlessly. Your energy works the same way. The more relaxed you are, the more easily wealth flows into your experience. So stop gripping, stop reaching. Let yourself fall into the feeling of already having. Relaxation is not laziness, it is receptivity. And only when you stop chasing, does what you seek finally arrive. Wealth is not created through specific words. There is no perfect sentence that opens the door to abundance. Because wealth is not spoken into being, it is embodied. And embodiment has a vibration, a frequency, a quiet, powerful feeling that needs no script to be known. Think of those who truly carry wealth, not those performing success, but those living it. They don't announce it, they radiate it. There is a still assurance in how they walk, breathe, and make decisions. It is the language of identity, not explanation. This is what you must cultivate, not phrases, but posture, not mantras, but mood. The wealth state lives in your nervous system, not your notebook. And when you tune into that state consistently, you begin to draw experiences that match it. So ask yourself, what is the feeling tone of abundance for you? And are you living from it now silently, as if it were already present? For when you do, the field listens, and the script is no longer needed, because you have become the message. Stillness is not just peace, it is power. When you enter stillness and assume the wish fulfilled, you magnify that assumption, without noise, without contradiction, just quiet, knowing that builds like a current beneath the surface of awareness. This is why early morning and late night are sacred. The mind is soft, the body is calm, the noise is gone. In these spaces, assume quietly. Don't speak it, feel it. Sit with the version of you that has already received and let them become familiar. Imagine standing at the edge of a calm lake. You drop a single stone, one thought, one image, and it ripples outward. That ripple is your assumption in stillness. When undisturbed, it carries farther. It imprints reality more purely. So practice silent imagining, not as a ritual, but as a return, a remembering. Use stillness to impress the self you choose to be, and the longer you sit with it without effort, the more solid it becomes in your world. You do not need to keep asking. You do not need to wonder if it's working. The moment you've assumed the feeling, impressed the image, and rested in the state, your part is done. The rest belongs to the field, and the field always answers. But many sabotage the process by checking too soon, like digging up a seed to see if it's sprouting. That doubt breaks the rhythm. The moment you try to confirm it's coming, you're no longer in the state of having, and manifestation begins to scatter. Let silence be your response. When nothing seems to happen, respond with stillness. When doubts rise, return to quiet knowing. When the world appears unchanged, say nothing. And remember that form lags behind vibration. Trust the delay. You wouldn't question whether the sun will rise. So do not question what you have assumed. If the feeling was real, the response is already on its way. Let silence speak for you. It says, I know, and I will wait without needing to wait. You're not waiting for wealth. You are returning to the self that already has it. That version of you exists now, in silence, in vibration. The work is not to earn, but to embody. And once you live from that version, reality begins to bend in your direction. This does not require speech. It does not require display. It only asks that you carry yourself with the inner weight of truth, quiet, calm, and sure. When you have received inwardly, the outer must eventually catch up. Walk differently, breathe differently, choose differently, as the one who already has. You don't need to prove it. You don't even need to declare it. You only need to live it, quietly, until the world cannot help but reflect it back. So now, release the need to be heard and become the one who knows. Let stillness be your language, let assumption be your anchor, and let the wealth come to the version of you who no longer waits, because they've already received. So now you understand, stillness is not silence. It is speech beyond words. You do not have to prove your readiness to receive. You only have to feel it quietly, deeply, and walk as one who already has. That is how wealth finds you, not through effort, but through alignment. Now tell me, what will your silence say next? Leave a comment below with the feeling you're ready to live from, the wealth you're ready to receive. And if this message moved something within you, like this video, subscribe, and tap the bell. Because your next reality begins in stillness.